Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irfan Ali has assured that Guyana is unified against any Venezuelan threats, as he revealed he had spoken to the parliamentary opposition and the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mansour Nadir, today to update them on the recent developments between the two neighboring countries. Gerald Bryan has our lead story tonight.
Last week, Venezuela issued a communique protesting against Guyana's efforts to auction its oil blocks, even though all the blocks are in Guyana's sovereign territory. According to President Ali in a video broadcast on Saturday, he has since spoken to not only the Speaker of the House, Mansour Nadir, but also opposition leader Aubrey Norton. They were updated on the Guyana v. Venezuela controversy, as well as the support Guyana has gotten from the international community, including the Organization of American States, OAS.
Today, this morning, I also had the opportunity to speak to the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Leader of the Opposition, updating them on all that we have done, on the circumstances, and I've also shared with the Speaker all the statements from the Commonwealth, the OAS, the U.S. State Department, CARICOM on this matter. And I want to thank the international community for its strong and steady support for Guyana.
President Ali also assured that Guyana will continue to defend its rights to its own exclusive economic zone, EEZ. He noted that Guyana is fully aware of its boundaries and promotes peace, and thus rejects Venezuela's attempts to disrupt that peace.
So I want to assure all Guyanese that we are going to consistently defend what is ours as the people in a strong way in the framework of international law and peace. And we are together on this as a nation. Make no mistake, Guyana is together on this.
The opposition, through Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Amanzo Walton this year, had previously sent out a statement showing their support behind the government's denunciation of Venezuela. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Meanwhile, during this morning's briefing on the current developments surrounding the Guyana-Venezuela border, opposition leader Aubrey Norton reaffirmed the opposition's support for Guyana's long-held position that the arbitral award of 1899 settled the border between Guyana and Venezuela and that Essequibo belongs to Guyana. Norton said he informed President Dr. Irfan Ali that they are united on this issue and reassured him of the opposition's support of all measures aimed at protecting Guyana's territorial integrity and sovereignty. The opposition leader also indicated to the president that his party supports the view that Guyana has the right to undertake economic activity within its territory and in its appurtenant maritime territories. The opposition said it opposes and condemns all forms of aggression by Venezuela against Guyana. It also welcomes the support of the international community in protecting Guyana's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Still on the border issue, both the Commonwealth and the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, have thrown their support behind Guyana against the most recent threats from Venezuela regarding the development of Guyana's oil offshore resources. Gerald Bryan joins us again with the details.
In the wake of Venezuela's recent threats on Guyana's sovereignty, both the Commonwealth and the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, have expressed their support for Guyana. In a recent statement, it was revealed that the Commonwealth Ministerial Group met on September the 17th. The Ministerial Group, composed of Antigua and Barbuda, Bangladesh, Canada, Guyana, Jamaica, South Africa, and the United Kingdom, discussed developments between Guyana and Venezuela. During the discussions, the Ministerial Group expressed support for Guyana's pursuit of a judicial solution to the border controversy. Support was also expressed for Guyana's unobstructed development of its resources for the people. Meanwhile, in the CARICOM statement, the region bloc expressed grave concern at Venezuela's utterances. Reference was also made to the Venezuelan National Assembly decision to conduct a referendum to bolster the country's claim. CARICOM reminded of the importance of Venezuela adhering to international law and the International Court of Justice. The Organization of American States, OAS, through Secretary General Luis Almagro, was one of the first groups to condemn Venezuela's communique when it was first issued. The OAS has released a further statement on Saturday also condemning Venezuela's referendum, which they noted is illegal according to the 1966 Geneva Agreement. Making its objections to Venezuela's encroachment on Guyana's rights clear, they urge Venezuela to resolve this controversy in accordance with international law. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Holders of Guyanese passports can now enjoy visa-free travel to the South Asian country of the Maldives, following the signing of a visa waiver agreement between the two nations. A memorandum of understanding on political consultation and the visa waiver agreement were inked on Friday by Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister Hugh Todd and the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs of the Maldives, Ahmed Khalil, on Friday. The memorandum of understanding aims to promote and encourage political consultation between the two countries to strengthen relations and enhance communication and coordination on important international issues, while the visa waiver agreement would facilitate visa-free travel of citizens of both countries. Immediately following the signing, the two ministers engaged in a bilateral meeting during which they discussed increased cooperation in areas that include climate action and tourism. Guyana and the Maldives established formal diplomatic relations on April 30, 1994, and have collaborated at the multilateral level on issues of mutual interest to small states. Coming up on the other side of the break, mother on e-bike crushed by truck while on way to pick up son. Do stay with us.
Superbet, your best bet. Put your skills to the test and beat the dealer with virtual blackjack. Choose wisely without going over the goal of 21. The best possible hand wins. Visit www.superbet.gy to try your luck. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute everything's going right and the next something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. A young mother who resided at Canal Number 2, West Bank, Demerara, lost her life on Friday afternoon when she was crushed by a truck while riding an electric bike on her way to pick up her son from school. She has been identified as Fariza Majid, a 26-year-old mother of one and late resident of Bell West Canal Number 2. According to information received, the accident occurred at around 14 hours on the Canal Number 2 public road. This newscast was told that Majid was on her way to pick up her only son from the Bell West Primary School when the accident took place. The incident has left relatives and friends of the single mother in deep shock. The driver of the truck has since been arrested and is in custody, assisting with the investigation. Only recently, the Guyana government amended the laws to mandate that electric bikes be registered and licensed. We now tell you that a lowered suicide rate when compared to several years ago has put the Health Ministry, and by extension its mental health unit, in overdrive to achieve even greater results. Find out more in this Rupasina report.
Head of Psychological Services at the Mental Health Unit, Dr. Mark Constantine, shared on this week's Health Matters program that while the suicide numbers are lower, it is not where they want it to be.
Suicide is a topic of concern when we look at it in our Guyanese context. As I always say, one life is one life too many, right? That's a whole nother issue. But in Guyana, we know that in years past, we were ranking number 2 globally. It is good to, however, at this point, let the public know that, the numbers have come down, but I should say not down to where we would like for it to be.
Identifying the sensitivity of this topic, he noted that it is important for persons around those at risk to not engage in a way that might trigger any unfortunate circumstances.
When it comes to suicide, it's a very sensitive topic, and people need to take caution when opening up and talking about it. Not to say that people should keep their feelings to themselves, but be very cautious how you proceed to approach someone who you think might be at risk. Don't be judgmental, don't be critical to people and all of that, because all of these things can serve as further triggers.
In the month of September, the Health Ministry has turned its focus to suicide prevention. Some of the main reasons for suicidal behavior have been dealing with loss, substance abuse, among others. The Health Ministry has psychologists and mental health counselors to handle such cases. The Mental Health Unit has decentralized its counselors to a few locations across the country, along with psychiatric resources.
There is no chance that the Madia dormitory fire was electrical in nature, as the Guyana Fire Service's investigation has corroborated that the fire was set near the bathroom area of the facility. Here is Berbice Ryan once more with the details.
Appearing before the Commission of Inquiry on Friday was Station Officer of the Fire Prevention Department, Javid Mohammed, who recounted that he arrived at Madia on a Guyana Defense Force Skyvan after 6 hours on May 22nd to probe the fire which killed 20 children. Using their investigative capacity, the firefighters said there was no chance it could have been an electrical fire.
Based on your investigation, because you would have investigated the cause of the fire, yes?
Yes.
Was there a chance that this fire could have been started by electrical means?
No, there's no chance, because during investigation we thoroughly combed the area and there was no electrical outlet there.
There were no electrical outlets?
None.
In the area where the fire started, the door was permanently sealed off with about 5 mattresses piled up and a condemned washing machine in a makeshift storage area.
Upon arrival at the fire scene, we would look for burn patterns. The most common we look for is the V pattern. The V pattern would indicate where the fire started and how it burned. Because a normal V pattern, if a fire started in a particular area, it would spread upwards and outwards, and it would leave a pattern behind.
And based on your assessment of the remains of the building, where did you identify burn patterns? Which portion of the building?
It was the said area that I appointed on the drawing.
Which was the
northeastern door.
Which was at the washroom area?
Yes, washroom area.
The Guyana Fire Service has concluded that the fire was maliciously set, having obtained sufficient evidence of such.
Because there was no presence of an external heat source, it would require human intervention to start a fire right in that area.
A 15-year-old girl was charged in June with 20 counts of murder for the arson. She has since been detained at a juvenile holding facility. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Labor Minister Joseph Hamilton on Wednesday visited Linden to assess a number of ongoing training programs being carried out by the Board of Industrial Training, including heavy-duty equipment operation, welding and fabrication, motor vehicle servicing and repairs, and joinery. Pujarambaran reports.
So my observation is that you have enthusiastic bunch of people who want to learn, they have an interest to ensure that they succeed, and at the end of the day they're certified in the skill sets. Importantly, they're evening programs, so it allowed for persons who are employed and who want to acquire a skill, because we know that they cannot leave their job because they have themselves to take care of. So there's what, in conjunction with technical institutions across the country, we allow for this program, paid for by bit. The trainers are paid by bit. The items to do the program, bit make it available.
Minister Hamilton also commended the increase of women participating in these hard skills programs, noting that this is an important shift. 18-year-old trainee Carly Strim became a licensed welder after successfully completing BIT's comprehensive welding and fabrication curriculum in 2022. Now, she's embarked on learning the necessary skills and expertise in heavy-duty equipment operation at the Linden Technical Institute.
Getting to go out in the fields and go up on different kinds of machines and getting familiar with the movements and so on. After I receive the certification in this, I will go and look for a job following up this field or the welding.
Meanwhile, this is Andrew Luke's third time pursuing a course provided by the ministry, with him previously securing certification in electrical installation and solar photovoltaic installation.
I have a registered company, construction company, and I do sheetrock foundation, different other things, but I always want to do this, and I want to manage my own business after this. And I said, well, I will use this, not really as a stepping stone, but to develop myself more in the line of heavy-duty machinery.
Luke encouraged persons interested in these BIT programs to apply, as it promises them an opportunity to become upwardly mobile. The skills being taught by BIT, Minister Hamilton noted, not only allows trainees to become more employable, but also encourages them to be more self-sufficient and thrifty, as they are no longer required to pay others to carry out certain tasks that they are now trained to do. Pooja Brand for the Evening News.
A mobile patrol in Regional Division No. 6 has arrested a fisherman after a quantity of marijuana was found at his house. Acting on information, the ranks went to the suspect's sheet anchor, East Kanji Berbice residence, on Friday at about 19 hours 30. A search was conducted during which the cops found 6 parcels wrapped with transparent plastic and black plastic bags, along with bed sheets, towels, and a jersey. Upon examining the 6 parcels, a quantity of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis were unearthed. The narcotic was weighed and amounted to 3,845 grams. The 26-year-old fisherman is in custody, assisting with the investigations. And now for a look at the bridge reports.
There is no scheduled retraction at the Demerara Harbor Bridge for Sunday, September 24th, 2023. However, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 11 hours 50 on Sunday, September 24th, 2023. For a period of 1.5 hours.
And now the local stock exchange market compliments of Gassi. Expect a good game on Sunday, captains say, ahead of RBL CPL final. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Gold mining can be expensive if you don't have the right tools. Mining requires engines that can pump high volumes of water and slurry, the most tried and tested of which are Doots engines. Doots engines are among the most reliable in the world. Where can you get them? At your #1 industrial solutions provider, Sylvies. We have them in 2 to 6 cylinders, ranging from 23 horsepower to 80 horsepower. Most miners use Doots engines because they're lightweight, use less fuel, and require less maintenance because they are air-cooled. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.